What's up? I still have not shaved that yet, but you realize I got some hair already. But the reason why I haven't shaved that yet, I actually ordered a battery kind of shaver. I've never used one before, so I'm gonna like do some research before putting it up to my skin. I'm pretty sure it's safe and easy, but it's my first time using a battery saver. So to use one of those little things that you just just kind of blah blah blah. Because I had so many, because I used to steal them from work and stuff like years ago, and I had like packs of them. But so I was thinking about some time ago do a video about like how I boycott, or like I want to get rid of all my Rocky movies. Just about this scene about Sylvester Stallone and seeing his personality, and then it's just kind of interesting. I was sitting there like thinking about it, like how it just affects me to want to watch them again. And the thing is, I was thinking about it, and really it's always a combination of things. It's not one thing. Otherwise, I was going to say something about Arnold Schwarzenegger cheating on his wife. That to me, that's not even a strike on you. That's just a human thing of people get horny. So, but I would explain that, how I like, I'm not too strict, but like, but I'm going to get into this thing when I found out about this. I think his name is Mel Gibson. There's something that popped up that, I was talked to about going to see this movie. I'll get extra certain things for seeing a Mel Gibson movie. I've never heard that before. And I'm going to ask some people later and see, is this a common thing? Or is this something that he's trying to get people to rush to his movie or something? I've never seen something like that before, or heard of anything like that before, but it could be a common thing. So anyways, to get started, but I'll start with Sylvester Stallone. It was really him at after Trump was elected, he came out to kind of like show he's a Trump supporter. I haven't really heard him talk in like some time, so I never really listened to him. I never really saw him to be, he's a guy that started out as a porn star, became an actor. It's not really like a big thing, like I have a strike against him, but it was a combination of, I thought there was something weird going on. I know the hate channels were talking about it, try to get you to boycott Creed 3. But I kind of did like a little thing about it where I'm like, I heard something about Sylvester Stallone said he didn't want to be in it. Now he's blaming them for not putting him in it, back and forth. And then I think he went back and says, I didn't want to be in it in the first place and all that, blah, blah, blah. And so I felt like something about that feels, strange. It just feels like you're going back and forth too much. I know the hate channels were trying to use him to try to get you to boycott Creed 3. And then, there's this thing about, he's had this divorce, and usually, like I said, in that Trump kind of person that Trump era, that's what I said, and those kind of right wings always divorces, sexual harassment, some kind of like crazy scandal going on, racism, blah, blah, blah. Anything I've ever heard, I think about every celebrity that had a scandal about racism, like a Hulk Hogan and all of them, they or have turned out to be Trump supporters, and that's what I'm saying. You're like, like it's just too many coincidences. Elon Musk doing this, that other thing, it's too many coincidences, but let me get started. But yeah, and where was I? 'Cause I want to, and something about he wants to sue the company, and I do know the hate channels are fighting for Rocky, coming up with excuses. Rocky started this or whatever. Sylvester Stallone started it. This was his right, and now they're trying to take it away. It's kind of like that one more girl. She was in Fast 6. And I remember she was hated for her bad acting. It's like, why? Stop putting her in movies. That's how social media was. Then she started saying something about some Jews or something. Now they're like, I hope she wins the lawsuit against Disney. Elon Musk is giving her money. I was thinking, that's going nowhere. But, I wonder if that crap's still going on. But, yeah. And so she's supposed to be praised no matter what she does now. It's, so it was like so much that back and forth, and like divorce with wives, and it was like so many things where I said I was like feeling odd when The Rock went up to Fox News and said some incoherent thing where he just says, I regret endorsing a Biden, but doesn't explain anything. it's like, what was the point of you going on Fox News? Especially, it's like, if you want to like come out and like say something and you rush to Joe Rogan, Fox News, where they don't ask questions, it's like a heads up, like there might be a pattern coming up of sex harassment, a rape, some kind of scandal coming up. So it's a little bit like, a little pushback from The Rock of, him being one of my favorite actors as an entertainment. So I was thinking, so it's always the same pattern, like something else comes up, like trafficking or something, being in that area, like I explained before. And as you know, I kind of want to like fit like, something like what, changes how I feel. Like I want to say like R. Kelly, I will still be fine with listen to I Believe I Can Fly, or If I Can Turn Back the Hands of Time. It doesn't affect me at all. But, I remember Mel Gibson. I did get rid of a movie, but it was, like I said, it's combining things. So it's not really something about what he said about the Jews and blacks, but it did kind of make it feel weird to watch The Patriot. I had that in my collection, but at the same time, The Patriot sucked. When you really think about certain scenes of the boy pushing army people, and he goes, run, like, run where? You're like in the opening of nowhere to run, dude. No trees, nothing to get behind. And there was other things that I just thought were just like, yeah, but it just felt weird having that movie of a guy that has that kind of a mindset. And it's just even weird, like I said, Elon Musk, I don't know if Hulk Hogan's one, but they always have this whole thing about like Bill O'Reilly, their own kids want nothing to do with them. I don't know that other guy who got sued for $1 billion for saying the kids who were shot in school were actors. I don't know his name. I think he's on some War Zone. I forgot the name of his thing. I don't watch him, but there's always, like I said, these things about your own kids want nothing to do with them, or just divorces and that side. And so one more. Let me pause real quick. It's kind of like being inhumane or something. Something that just feels like very, like it's not likely for me to ever be that kind of a person or have those kind of problems. It's going to be, there's a reason why you have these problems. But so I got rid of that movie, and then there's a movie he was in. I don't know. I think it's called Black or Dark something. And I was interested in seeing. I did go through to see it, but when I was trying to read reviews back then, it was people saying something about, yeah, I hope he gets all those Jews. I actually didn't get it. I'm explaining this real quick. Let's kind of go a little bit back. I actually didn't know about the Jew thing until I kept reading those comments. Like somebody behind me and says, "Why are people keep I was in college or something." I said, "Why do people keep talking about Jews about Mel Gibson's new movie?" He's like, "Oh, because he." I was like, "Okay." So, but what happened with Mel Gibson? Oh, it's just, like I said, single guy. To my understanding, I don't know. When you have money, you can always find a girl. I think. Oh, wait, one more thing. I didn't watch that inauguration, whatever it's called, with Trump. But I did see a clip of the weird thing or something. I saw a clip, and I was like, "Who's this girl with these like really weird lips?" And I was asking my girl, like, "Have you seen her before?" Or is this? She feels like she has some major surgery, and I think it is the Amazon, because a whole bunch of billionaires showed up to Trump's thing. And I remember the Amazon guy just recently got divorced, and his wife took a lot of money. There was someone else that what's her name? Oh no, she took the most money. Xbox guy, a Microsoft guy. But I was like, that's what you end up with, a woman that I don't know. It's just like that just looks really bad. That is surgery, and that's what you. It just feels like you're into fake crap. It's just like that just does not look attractive at all. But anyways, but what was I? I'm so sorry. So Mel Gibson. But I remember just seeing how it was like a TMV thing of how he's like you have this whole thing about like karma's evil or something. She has a brain cell of, and I'm like, it's just kind of weird that if someone who says what he says about the Jews, and I hope you get it, told his daughter, I think it was a daughter, that you get raped by a game bang or something about black people or something, and I'm like, okay, I know racists won't understand. It's like, no, man, that sounds smart, but I'm just trying to say it's like a normal person. It's like, you're like, no, one of them has already shown that their brain dead, as in not there. Divorces, kids want nothing to do with them, the way they talk to their kids. There's several of them, like the guy from The Hot Chick and what is that other, I don't know his other movies. I know he pops up in Anna Sandler's movies. I don't know, A Big Old Man or something like that, or Digital Man, I don't know what he's called. Oh yeah, he is in that Judge Dredd, that first one with Sylvester Stallone, and he talks to his daughter like and calls her a cow and pig. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say, it's just that actually makes The Hot Chick was kind of always in my top 5 favorite comedies. Now I kind of like, what if I should get rid of it? It's kind of that feeling, like you have something about you that is just not there. So anyways, I'm trying to get to this Mel Gibson thing when I found out about, how long am I going? 10 minutes? Okay, going a little too long. Is there anything else where I get finish what I was saying? I guess the ending is just to talk about that is, got something about if you go to this Mel Gibson movie, then you get some kind of credit, of extra credit. It was something about supposed to be a lot of credit on something, and I use someone else's. I don't have one of those things, but I use someone else's, and they told me if I go to this movie, they'll get this much credit or something. And I was like, as in like, this is a good thing or something. And the thing is, when I first saw the trailer, Flight, I think it's called, I was thinking about seeing it because I figured, it looks interesting, So I was just waiting to see what, just see how it turns out. And then, when I found out probably about 3 weeks ago, that this movie was directed by Mel Gibson, is whenever this video popped up of Mel Gibson talking, holding up the, Braveheart sword. Makes me want to even get rid of that movie now, but holding up the Braveheart sword when he's talking about this Flight movie, I was like, this is directed by this idiot? No, I'll pass. and the thing is, and then another combination pop up. I have always avoided Mark Wahlberg, and then the negative things are, pop in my mind and thinking, yeah, what am I thinking? I have always avoided a Mark Wahlberg movie. Everyone knows he can't act. The trailers seem fine, but in reality, a Mark Wahlberg movie, he's only done good in Departed. At one time, I wanted to give him credit for the movie called Fear I saw when I was a kid, but watching it now, you kind of realize it's not really as good as I thought it was. I kind of seen it on Netflix or something, and it's kind of like fast forwardable. It's not really like, I remember thinking it was fine, back then, but I was a kid, I thought Street Fighters, the movie was good. I was a huge fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Anyways, I gotta go. I think my cat's coming here, saying, hey, give me some attention. Here goes my cat. But anyways, I gotta go. But yeah, and then, that's what started popping in my head. But the thing is, when I'm talking about that whole credit thing, it feels a little desperate, like, whatever you can, I don't know. It just reminds me, because I had that whole hate thing. It reminds me of people like trying to get you to go see like these hate movies when they don't want you to see like Black Panther or Creed 3 or whatever, Captain America, Snow White, but they have it more of a like agenda because of skin color. But it just reminds me of like, so this is how because there are movies that suck. Like, what was the movie? What's it called? Sounds of Freedom. I've never sit through it. I give it 5 minutes. I explained before. The second the guy walks in the room, he's like, oh my gosh, it's him. And I was like, that just seems so cartoonish. I'm done. And then I turned it off. It was something I saw on Max or something, or Amazon or whatever. And they do this thing about, Jeremy saying that people are mad that Jeremy gave this movie a good review, but they get mad at people for giving it a bad review. But I don't know how to get into it, but it just feels like one of those things of trying desperately to go see your crappy ass movie. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm boycotting it because who you are, and also who also starred in the movie. But also, I will say there's one more example I wanted to use. What was it? Oh yeah, it was P. Diddy. Like I said, like P. Diddy, he was like something like when he told his people on making a band where it was called to walk miles away in the cold to get his cheesecake. I was done with him. So it's just it. So I was thinking about that. I was also because I was really thinking about when it came to Sylvester Stallone, because I did trade in my Rocky movies to get that collection in 4K. That some reason they thought they were going to charge $100. I was going to get at some point, but now I'm thinking about no, Rocky's dead to me. That's what that was the deal was going to end about. Like I just feel like maybe Rocky should be dead to me. But maybe I'll get it, but right now I think they want like $70 now when it started out as $100 for, yeah. And I heard, I have this mindset of someone that's racist and just ignorant. I don't really believe that they can actually, direct and write a good movie or whatever. I don't know, like, if he was a writer of this flight movie or blah, blah. But I heard that, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard, a few times from, YouTube that the Rocky director's cut of Rocky 5 or 4, whatever it is, when he fights that Russian guy, is actually worse edited, all right, and it's unnecessary, added longer or something. But, all right, peace, I gotta go.